Hey Scott, Eric Henderson here. How are you, pal? It's been a long time since we've chatted, and I figured I'd just make a video for you so I can at least feel like we're actually conversing in person. It's a world we live in today that's just so, I don't even know the word. Everybody hides behind their computer today. But I got your Facebook message, your last one you sent, and I figured I'd just respond to you personally because here's my thoughts. I'll keep this as short as I can, but I really want you to hear what I have to say so that you can make some breakthroughs in what you're doing. Here's the first order of business. And this is so principle-based that it goes so across the board. I don't care if you are, trying to be a doctor, if you're trying to make money from home on the internet, if you're building a network marketing business, affiliate marketing business, consulting, coaching, it doesn't really matter. Because I love to work out, and it's funny, I was just talking to somebody the other day, this also applies to if you're working out in the gym, and I'll tell you where I'm getting with this. If you are joining an opportunity, or if you have an opportunity to join, a company to join, like say network marketing, which I know you're involved in one or two of those, or a system like MLSP, here's the problem. And there is a solution. The problem is they are marketed to everybody, and they're marketed to everybody pretty much the same way. So hey, if you get in this thing, you can do this, you can succeed, anybody can do it. Now, technically that's true. If you have a burning desire and you learn some know-how and knowledge, because knowledge is one thing, but know-how is knowing how to do the knowledge. If you know how to do all that stuff, you can be successful. The problem is, and this is where you hear this all the time, you'll hear someone got involved in an opportunity or took a course or a curriculum or a program or bought some launch from one of the quote-unquote gurus out there. And what ends up happening is like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5% tops have huge success, right? Like 5 people made $1 million. 25 people made $10,000 a month, another 10 people make $5,000 a month, and then again 98% of people make $100. Actually, I'll tell you the statistics. 96.1% of people make $100 or less online, and 76% make zero, make no money. Now, why is that? Is it because the system's flawed? Is it because... No, here's the answer, and this is the key I want to get across to you. If you are not applying or if you're not buying a course or taking an opportunity that is addressing your specific constraint, your bottleneck, right? Because here's the thing, once you eliminate a constraint or a bottleneck, success happens very quickly. But the issue is, if you don't join an opportunity or a company or start your own business, doesn't really matter what it is, or even if you buy a book, if that book doesn't address your main constraint, and most people's constraints are not physical, they're in their head. It's a confidence thing, it's self-defeating habits, they constantly go back and forth with those things. So my point is, if you're not succeeding, it isn't because there's something wrong with you. It might be because you're not giving the right effort, I don't know. But I can tell you that it's probably, if you're giving the right effort and you really want to make it happen, and you have enough knowledge to get started and build upon that knowledge and know-how, it's that it's not addressing your core constraint. And until you eliminate that constraint, no opportunity, no company, doesn't matter what it is going to help you. It's just you're gonna continue to spin your wheels. I'm not laughing at that because I know I've been there and it's so frustrating. So, my advice to you, to anybody who's in this position, and I speak about this all the time with my consulting clients, my coaching clients, my team, and in the networks that I built, is you have to identify what your constraint is first. That's number one. Once you can identify what that number one or those few constraints are, because once they're eliminated, it's like a dam that opens up. All of a sudden the lid is off and you're able to get success instantly, and you hear people like that, overnight success. How does it happen? Well, it's twofold. It's because they've worked their ass off for a long time, built a ton of knowledge, And number two is they align themselves with the right opportunity that just happened to maybe eliminate their core constraint. So when most people make it big overnight, it's not really overnight success, as you probably know. And what ends up happening is they use all that potential stored value, right? So you have all this value that's stored up in you. And as soon as you're aligned with the right opportunity that might also just happen to, you may not even really, most people don't even know this exists, that it's happening when it's happening, but it happens anyway by default, their constraint is eliminated, all success is there for the taking because you built all that potential stored value within yourself, aligned it with the right opportunity. And so, number two, if you're in any opportunity or network marketing company, direct sales, something that you are promoting that a couple hundred, a couple thousand, 10,000, 100,000 people are promoting. There's the second reason that you're going to struggle, is if you do not have a unique offering or a unique selling proposition, not to get all technical. And what I mean by that is, and here's something to understand, really important point. I've never heard anybody really talk about this. When people say systems, it's all about the system. Duplication, duplication, duplication. Duplication is great in manufacturing. Let's say Bose. I like Bose. They have great electronics, good speakers, right? They have good headphones when I'm on an airplane. B-O-S-E, Bose. They're actually out of Boston. They're out of my hometown here. So they have a system in place that can create the product once it's in research and development. It works. Let's get it out there to the masses. So they duplicate a system, right? McDonald's is another example of that. McDonald's has 30,000 franchises, but guess what? They have one marketing department, just one. Okay. Manufacturing is a good example of that. Like I said, franchising. But then, for some reason, people think, and the companies preach, and the leaders preach, the quote-unquote gurus. I can't stand the word guru because most of the people aren't gurus. If you know what the real definition of a guru is, it's not what most people think. They say it's all about systemization. It's all about duplication. It's not. It's false. Yes, you want to have replicated success in a network if you're building like a network marketing company or affiliate marketing with top tier or whatever else. But the issue becomes you can't duplicate someone else's unique selling proposition. So if your opportunity says, here's what you need to say, this is what it's about the business that you need to explain to people who you want to join with you, you and all these other people have the exact same unique selling proposition, the exact same offering. That's a problem. So if you're joining any of those programs and you're not bringing your own, I call it precursor value, you got a problem. Okay, and I mean that. I'm really passionate about this because this is why people aren't succeeding. It's not because there's something wrong with them. Sometimes there is. Sometimes people just don't do what it takes, and I get that. Okay, and there's no denying that. But speaking to you, Scott, directly here, and I may, if it's okay, I may share this video. I haven't said your last name, so nobody knows who we're talking about, but I may share this video with some of my list because there's a lot of other people that share this specific frustration. So if I do decide to do that and you're watching this, please take that to heart. Those are the 2 points I wanted to drive home, is that you have to identify what your core constraint is. What's holding you back? It could be a lot of different things. I have clients of mine, one guy, his constraint was just that he worked from home. And he didn't realize that because his mindset was, I'll never work in an office again, because he had such a bad experience in a quote-unquote job that he associated an office, even if he had his own business, with something bad. And because he worked from home, it limited himself, limited the amount of help he could have, the amount of leverage he could have, employees, outsourcing, it limited that stuff. As soon as he just said, oh, that's right, I can have my own office, but I'm my own boss, his business grew like crazy. And a lot of times, like I said, it's more of in the head constraints where you're holding onto beliefs that really aren't true. They're just false things that aren't really true, and you've told yourself they are. So if I can help anybody with anything that I'm addressing here, please let me know. Obviously, Scott, I'd love to chat with you further and see how I can help you with all this. All right? So with that said, and that's one of the things that we do with our team, is whenever someone comes on board and works with us in any of my companies, we sit there, whether it's an employee of mine in my marketing agency, or if it's a business partner in one of the opportunities that I'm involved in, which actually I'm only involved in one, it ends up that we will sit down and make sure everybody has their own unique offering. What makes you unique in the marketplace? Why should I join with you over everybody else? And how do we position you that way? And once you do that, you can literally build true success based authentically on who you are, your experiences, your passions, your strengths, all the stuff you bring, all this stored value you have in yourself because of your own unique life experiences. So that's it. That's my rant for today. One last thing. If anybody who's watching this video, I know, Scott, I made this video for you, but I'm probably going to put this out because it's got a lot of value to share with others. You need to go get yourself a book. It's called Strengths Finder 2.0. I'll put it in the email that I send out. Strengths Finder 2.0. It changed my life. It literally, and if anybody wants to see an example of what it did for me, inside the book, they actually have a test. So you can go, while you're reading the book, they drive you, there's a page that gives you a link inside the book, and they drive you online, and you just register, fill out this. It takes about a half an hour to answer these questions, but what's cool is it breaks down what your strengths are, how you work, and how you can bring those strengths and those value to the world uniquely. And so think about how powerful that is when you can apply that not only to your business, but to your personal life, your relationships, and everything else. Because my whole motto is, you have to have a balance between business and life, and build and have a nice business life, or a lifestyle business, sort of freedom business. All right, that's it. I'm going to shut up now. For all you guys who don't really know me that well, I'm here to help. If you need anything, let me know. Talk to you again soon. Take care.